Oh, don't you just love how YouTube has changed its settings? So now you can't really do the live stream the way I used to do the live stream. And now, things get messed up. Yeah, well, nothing new there, YouTube. But anyway, oh gosh. Can the, uh, can the senators, can the politicians go on vacation just for a little while? You don't have to try so hard to kill us. You just don't. You don't have to try so hard. Like turning me into a traffic light, whether it's through the nose or through the mouth. I'm spitting and, you know, junk. It's all the colors, all the colors. Yellow, red, and green. All the colors. Oh my god. Anyway, I promised I was gonna try to do this yesterday, and then yesterday I just ran out of energy in the tank. So hopefully we can do it today. Let's see. Does YouTube still? The YouTube still? YouTube still does the Zoom. The Zoom still works on YouTube, believe it or not. And now there's a thing in the corner. All right, there we go. Do this so there's a little bit less glare. Wonderful. It just gets better every year. It gets so much better every year. Oh, I miss Susan. Susan, can we have you back, Susan? I truly miss you. Baby, come back. Baby, come back. Anyway, so I got really excited because we finally got an egg by a military helicopter and all that stuff. And what's really important, and again, people make fun of the thing all day long, but what's important is look at the real details, the details that the mainstream media, but even a lot of the other folks are not really talking about. But luckily, some of the few that I listen to do talk about, which is they redacted, and I think recently they unredacted shapes. And you're like, what? Shapes? How does that even matter? Well, because when I was trying to build the Bumpaflex, when I was trying to build all these really cool things in the past, the half-moon concept for RC cars and real cars on the road, what does a half-moon concept have to do? It's kind of like an egg. An egg, yeah. So they did classify shapes, which are the reason why certain ideas couldn't be put on the market or do well or whatever it is. We all talk about having a free market. No such thing as a free market. There's a free market so long as the powers that be allow that there's some kind of free market. So if you're in the know, you'll always know what's going on. But if you don't know, then it's not a free market. So anyway. And then there's the symbology or the sacred geometry and all that stuff. So yeah, the egg kind of works because am I interested in the sports model that, what was his name, Bob Lazar was talking about? No, I'm not, because I know that that is a human reverse engineered craft, and we've always had those, always had them. So if it looks like a frying pan that flies, it's really not that interesting to me. I want to know about the plasmoids. I want to know about the free energy systems that we can actually use to better our own reality. I'm not interested in frying pans that fly or whatever you want to call them. Is it tambourines or what's the other one? The famous one that the monkeys used to go around and they would slam them. It kind of creates some sort of a Casimir effect as well. But, you know, let's not get too technical. I'll let that be done by the one and only Ashton Forbes. I'll let him do that kind of talk. I just want to say that it's exciting. I'm excited about the egg thing. It's very familiar. It's something that no matter which religion you're into, the symbology, it comes up in paintings in the past and stuff. And so if you're into UFOs, like the real things and not the things that have all the, you know, the drones or the actual planes that we see all the time that have all the FAA required lights. That's not interesting. That's not interesting. And if a UFO or a UAP or whatever, the string salad soup of letters is going to do that, they're not going to put lights on their ships. They're going to use something like why would they waste time doing that when they can use a hologram and disguise their ship as that? They don't need to actually put that on their craft, so it makes no sense. Also, a bunch of the stuff is what should we call it? Is still being redacted, and the government doesn't want you to know about the flying saucers and stuff because that's still sort of a national security threat because we're still using those, right? We're still using the sports model or whatever. So the government isn't really that interested in letting you guys know that there's a flying saucer with lights or whatever it is. But if it's truly a breakaway species or a galactic species or another species that's been living on planet Earth since the beginning of time, if it's one of their ships, there's no reason for the government to redact that. Why would they? That should be something that everybody should know about. So they were doing that illegally, and so if the right people are now in positions of power and they're getting around that, then they're unredacting that part of the thing, and that's why we're finally being able to see stuff like the egg, because that's not supposed to be redacted or classified under government thing, because it's not one of ours. It's not one of our systems that we use to keep Americans safe. So there shouldn't be a problem in showing what that is. And so that's where we are today. So that's why I'm excited about the egg. Again, it could still be a reverse engineered craft by the United States, but it was definitely modeled on something more anomalous, if you will. So that's what makes sense to me. And that's why I'm excited about it. But anybody who really wants disclosure shouldn't get into fights on, what is it? Start with the excretions on X. Oh boy, anyway. We have to deal with these humans on planet Earth, and they do what they do. You can't stop them. They can't stop them from being jerks on X. But anyway. So, if there's more collaboration, and the more collaboration we have, the more chances of getting disclosure and getting disclosure quickly. But if you don't collaborate, then what we're going to have is the usual mess that we always have, which is nothing. We get nothing. And they keep redacting and redacting more, and the wrong people get into power and all kinds of bad stuff. So maybe let's not do that this time, now that we're finally getting some headway. So I know that they like to give all the different people a lot of flack, but maybe let's work together. We're getting pretty close. We're getting pretty close. Look at that. Oh, I haven't played this. Reconnect. YouTube. What in the world? You can always count on YouTube to disconnect from the internet. I don't know what's happened. Even at home. This used to happen a lot when I was in the field, flying drones and all that cool stuff. But now it happens at home too. Great. You know, it gets better. It always gets better. I don't know how they manage to do it, but it always gets better somehow. All right, we picked it up. Let's go. Let's go. Pick up the egg. Go drop off the egg. It's a little bit more difficult than an egg retrieval, but, you know. It'd be so cool. I would love it so much now if, again, this is my absolute favorite simulator ever. It comes with the awesome Spectrum remote control. If you are willing to spend an extra $100, it's totally worth it, because then you have something that just works out of the box. Out of the box. I love when things just work out of the box. You don't have to fiddle with settings for like hours on like some other simulators. You have to get your own simulator, make sure that it runs. It might not be compatible with your version of Windows or whatever the heck. This just works. It just works. So yeah, it'd be awesome if they made a stage that you could do with a helicopter. That'd be so cool. I would so love that if they added a real flight evolution, and you could pick up an egg just like in the video over there. Maybe with slightly better camera work, but you know. Let's see if we can pick up the next item. It it might look easy, but it really isn't, and I'm trying my best here, and I'm kind of failing. Oh, there we go. I had done so well until that point, up until that point. And there's different strategies to doing this. Sometimes I'll just do one at a time, and sometimes I'll just pick them all up from one location. And then once they're out of the circle, because the hardest part is getting stuff from inside the circle. Once you get it out of the circle, it's slightly easier. So I could try this. I could try to go in here and pick this object up. Whoa. Holy moly. Holy moly. Oh, failed already. I was too aggressive there. Try it again. But yeah, this is so cool. As I said before, like you could pretend to be like the super scooper on the water for the other thing. You can fly water planes, you can fly jets like the Super Hornet and a bunch of other things. You can fly the Tomcat, you can fly all kinds of really cool birds on this thing. And then of course you can practice doing what Barber does. Oh, I don't know how much more energy I have in me today. But we'll try a few more attempts, and then I'll show you the other helicopter. This is not even one of the hardest levels. This is one of the easiest levels. And I could do this really well at one point, but right now I'm just struggling so much. I don't know why. Maybe it's just a low energy situation. No. Once more. Once more. Let's get this. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens now with the Jake Barber thing, because now they've gone making jokes about it. It's really quite pathetic. But that's the thing, right? If you are an experiencer, you've seen the shapes. You know the shapes. And the funny thing though is a lot of experiencers are not really experiencers. They've just been conned, and they are actually folks that the FBI, the CIA has done psychological operations on. And they have all this fancy technology that can send you images into your mind and stuff that they've reverse engineered from the breakaway species or whatever you want to call them. So yeah, of course it's not going to be as advanced, but yeah, you can imagine it's a little bit like wearing an Oculus Quest, but not wearing one. But you basically, without wearing an Oculus Quest, they can send signals into your mind and have you have an experience. And so I'm thinking that a lot of the negative experience that people have had with the breakaway species are probably caused by that. It's a CIA program. Again, we'll probably never hear about the real truth about that, because that will be redacted, and that's not something that you want to advertise as someone who works in the government. And as much as you want, as much as possible, you're going to try to blame the breakaway civilization for any wrongdoings. You don't want the government to take the fall for anything. You see, what Joe Obama recently did with the pardons. He doesn't want the WHO, whatever, the guy, the Dr. Jaws. I'm not sure why that, it just doesn't stick. But anyway, Dr. Jaws gets a free pardon because the government doesn't want you to know about all the gain of function research that happens here in California every year, and how many of those viruses we release by accident or not. It doesn't really matter, but we release them here all the time. That's why I'm sick all the time. On top of the bad air quality, so you pay more taxes to get worse air quality than other places on the planet. So yeah, like I hear a lot of people in certain circles say, I'm fine with paying more taxes so long as I get this and that, but you're not. You're not getting this or that. You're paying more taxes, that's all you're doing. And the government is giving you zero. So you can't blame Donald Duck and a bunch of others saying we're getting rid of the Dr. Seuss Foundation or the WHO Foundation, the World Health Organization, because that's a joke. That's a joke of a name. It's not really health that they're trying to help us with. As a matter of fact, it's pretty much the opposite. But anyway, you don't have to take my word for it. Just keep getting sick. Keep getting sick like we've all been getting sick year after year after year. I say, well, you could just get the boosters. Get the flu shots. It's not like I haven't tried those. They just don't work. They don't work. They're often outdated. By the time you can actually get them, they're outdated. So what's the point? So many people whine about, I took the booster, I took this, I took that, and I still got sick. Well, yeah. They definitely don't work for everybody. And if you, like my father was in the in healthcare. He was pharmaceutical industry his entire life. And if you look at the stats of all the drugs that are on the market, the percentage of them that actually work for any given person, just take a look at Peter Diamandis' research and videos that he does. A bunch of others who are actually willing to tell the truth about what's going on. You will soon find that a lot of the prescription drugs that we take are not really effective for certain of us. So it's like, okay, well, ain't that a problem? I think it is. I may be the only one that thinks that, but, you know. Oh, so yeah, we're living in this interesting world. Interesting world. And it just gets ever more interesting. Hey, I got the egg. I got the egg. We could do this with a football, too. It'd be pretty interesting. So, yeah, as I said before, this is such an awesome thing. If you guys don't have Real Flight Evolution, get yourself a copy. It's totally worth it. Totally worth it. It is just so much fun. Now, let me see if I can get the other. So the thing is, if you don't orient the camera the right way, then you're going to have huge problems. And that's ever since I got this game, ever since I got this cool thing. That's the one thing that I've always struggled with. I'm sure that most people don't, but I do, is the orientation of the camera. It's not so much the piloting part, because I've piloted all kinds of different flyers. I like to call them flyers now. And if you sold them as flyers, you probably wouldn't get as much flack. But anyway, it would be so much easier to do this if this was a drone, like a DJI drone, because it kind of flies itself. Whoa. Okay, up and away. Come on, aim, brother. Aim, brother. Oh my gosh. So the problem here is, I don't think the first ball actually went in. We've got very little time. Oh no. Anyway. Post. When you play soccer, that's one of the worst things that happens. You're so close, but you hit the post and it goes out. So anyway, I'm glad I was able to do this much. Maybe we'll just go to the... Yeah, we'll just quit out. Because the energy is running low. It's running low. I'll show you this. This is cool too. The issue that I have with this is the camera angle on the machine here, where you can see where the ball is, which is this viewport over here. You can, okay, I think you can expand it to see where things are and stuff. Oh, did that really happen? Yes, it did. So you can do this. Excuse me. Oh man, I'm still not recovering from this horrible thing. But yeah, you want to be able to see the bottom of the craft so that you can pick stuff up. I know that it looks cooler with all the controls and stuff, but the fact of the matter is, and I haven't done this in a while, so I don't even know what I'm supposed to pick up right now. But we're supposed to go pick up something, and I don't remember what it is. Please tell me it's not that airplane over there. Maybe it's something else. No, it's not. So this gets really confusing because now you're trying to... Whoa, where did I go? You're trying to go to, I think, to that circle. So it says there's an airplane in each of the hangars. Put them in the ring, but go along for the ride this time. What? Oh, airplane in the hangars. Okay, so I do need to go into the hangars. That's not great. Oh, why does this keep doing this? I'm gonna have to adjust it every time I die. That's not good. All right, anyway, so I've got to go. First, the liftoff part of this thing is kind of annoying. But, okay, I'm off the ground. Okay, and that's good enough. Now, I'm going to have to fly as gently and as controlledly as I can. And this is way harder, way harder than the other one. Because you still need to... Oh. You probably destroyed the blades already. Try it again. Here we go. We're going to adjust the viewport. What does grapple even mean? F5. What's the F5? F5? Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't work. Whatever F5 is. So what am I doing? What am I doing? See, this is one of the things that annoys me, because why are you getting so much of the floor here? What truly matters is knowing where the blue ball is. The blue ball is. That's what matters in the viewport. The rest is fluff. The rest is fluff. You don't need to see that much of the floor. So up we go. We finally made it off the ground. And we don't want that much power. Gotta slow ourselves down, otherwise we're gonna crash. There we go, crashed already. Done. So as you can see, this is why this gets really confusing. Because if you were really in the cockpit like a was it Jake Barber or something, with Jake Barber. Before you start doing anything with this, you can you can lift off at the very least, looking through the glass, looking through the looking glass, just like the rabbit. So if you could do that, and that's a good thing right there, then you don't have to worry so much about the rest becoming a problem. But as you can see here, now, oh, there we go. It's done again. I was doing better at the beginning of this, and now it's gotten worse. But that's the real issue with this whole thing. And yeah, it really does not help much at all. This whole viewport thing is problematic. I would much rather this whole thing could go below even further, and that you could really see, like, ideally you want to be able to see about this much. And why is it here? You see, this is where it is. I'd love to see this down here. So then you have a proper understanding of your bearings while you fly. And at the same time, you can see this. You got to be able to see this. So yeah, that's the... I don't know. I guess that's my frustration with it. Maybe I can still do it. We'll see. Down, down, boy. Down, boy. Oh. See what I'm talking about? Anyway, eventually I will beat this level. But it's that frustration of, and I know what they say, right? Bad craftsman blames his tools. Okay. But really though? In this particular case, you know, it's not much of that. And I guess I could fly like this. Maybe this is a good compromise. Maybe this is what they want you to do. And I'm just too dumb. Could be. Let's see. This actually works a little better. It works a little better. Do the approach. Stay level. Go. Take it easy. Take it easy. Yeah, this actually does seem to work okay. But the problem is, as usual, is you're so focused on one screen that you forget the other screen, and then you might end up with crashing. And I don't want to crash. And I'm going a little too high to get it. Come on. Come on. Come on. No, that was perfect. And then I crashed out of it because... No. I had it this time. So this looks like it's going to work a little better. So try it again. And this probably will be the last time. I'd like to finish on a win. I love that. But I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to do it. I will definitely give it my best. I will definitely give it my best. And why does it always want to lift off at a funky angle? I really don't get that. That doesn't ever happen when I had remote control airplanes and helicopters. That's not very realistic, in my opinion. But maybe that's caused by the drag of the little carrier thing. Maybe that's what's causing the drag. I don't know. But even that was using a DJI drone, so maybe that's why that... Oh! Come on! And that's it. Maybe that's why, because DJI does self-leveling very well. I would have to try it and get a hold, or maybe a company will send me a little helicopter. That'd be pretty cool. And then I could give that a shot. Okay, here we go. Trying this once again. Can we slow down though? Slow down. Slow down. Okay, now if I could hold this speed at this angle, maybe we'll get it. Oh. Okay, no. Again, try it. Did I get it? No. This bouncy, oh, that's it. It's done. So yeah, that's my issue with this thing here. It is fantastic. It is so cool, but as I said before, this is the one thing that's difficult is one, you don't get to see this side. You see how you see here, you can see the ground? That's useful to see that window there on the other side. And then I guess this works okay. You could do this, but just the fact that every time that I die, I have to do this again. That's just frustrating. Again, you know me, I'm gonna be really annoying and finicky and picky about stuff. Because again, I'm still playing this game because it's awesome. But if I was to change something, it'll be these little things right here. Those would be the things that I would change. And I think that the user experience that you would get would be a lot better too. But anyway, as I said before in a previous live stream, it'd be so cool if you could build, if Horizon Hobby could build a drift car simulation. Same remote. Don't go with the ridiculous trigger gun remote controls. Those are useless. Or at the very least, give us the option of both. Since you already have this is so cool and amazing. I'd love to be able to do drifting with this remote, and then be able to use all the cool cars like the Armas and the what else you got? You got all the crawlers and all kinds of cool stuff that Horizon Hobby and all the other ones, the side brands or whatever, all do. It'd be awesome to have those in a video game. That would be so cool. Anyway. No, I totally had it this time. Oh, boy. Oh. The struggle is real. The struggle. Oh man, I'm bleeding. Look at that. Blood. Yeah. Well done, Gaston. He's probably going to be president someday. Oh, the damage he's caused. He's caused. But he'll be president someday because people are sheeple. And that's why he will be president someday. Regardless of all the damage caused. Anyway. California, 2025. California, 2025. Come on, you can do it. You can do it this time. I've done this before. I mean, my brain is probably working at about 40% capacity, but that shouldn't be a problem. I should still be able to do this. This should be easy, even if I'm bleeding. The proof is in the tissue paper. The proof of the disease is in the tissue. Oh gosh darn it. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. With the proof. The proof is in the tissue paper, in the blood. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for joining me on another death path to. We're on the highway to hell. As Eli, the computer eye, says, I'm kind of going through withdrawals of the daily blob. But before we leave, I will talk about my sponsors that are not sponsors. But It's okay. It's okay. I can still talk about them because I love them. I love them. I don't know. This one's just for laughs, but the other ones actually particularly love. I don't know why. I can't find the. I bought a really cool Drone Camps RC sticker and I can't find it. So the reason why it's not here is not because I don't love. Because I'm not a fan anymore. It's just I can't find the sticker. It's stupidity. Stupidity has ensued as it does. And so there you go. Here, all the cool stickers, all the cool stickers. But don't forget Spectrum because the remote is cool. And don't forget the post office because without them, we don't receive any of the cool things that I get to show you on the channel. So there. And since we're all about free energy, MagCube, magnetics, there. I'll see you guys. I think I'm tired enough. And yeah, California, 2025. Where's the button?